Afternoon, everybody. Well, it's not quite afternoon, but it almost is. This is game 2 of the Bowls Victoria Champion of State Pennant. Players have just finished their roll-up. There is the bell in the background and the excitement of all the players. So we are now underway. We're bringing to you the game of Lakes Entrance representing Gippsland. They're up against South Bendigo, last year's runners-up from the Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields region. It's the Battle of the Brads. We've got Brad Lancaster, who will be skipping the Lakes Entrance rink, up against Brad Holland, who will be skipping for South Bendigo. So my name's Tony Sherwill. Very, very happy to bring you this game today. We had a belter of a game this morning where Telligaroopna were up against Ocean Grove. Ended up being a narrow victory to Ocean Grove. We saw Matty Flapper's rink, courtesy of the last 3 ends really, have a 24-12 victory. 15 end, there's not a lot of room for getting too comfortable with your score, so you've got to be right on it here. A 2.5 hour time limit. All dead ends are replayed. There is no respot in this format. So we will bring you this match between Gippsland and Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields. So for the Lakes Entrance team, we've got Mike McKay. He's leading. He's using an Aero Evolve, the dark blue bowl. He's up against Trevor Zimmer, who's using a Greenmaster Premier, and it's also a dark blue bowl. So we'll separate those by the white rings that you see around Mike McKay's bowl, which will make it a little easier for us. They are both dark blue bowls. Anyway, I'm sure we can manage that as we go along. So we see Mike McKay on the mat now, using a DHB bowler's arm, getting his Aero Evolve dark blue, size 4, getting him away pretty well. Not a bad spot to finish, 1 on and 1 behind, so good leading early. Now to Bendigo, this is Traill. He's playing second. He's also using a Greenmaster Premier, an aqua sort of colour, size 4. And you'll see just how well he can use them here as this bowl comes in. Weight looks pretty good. Great track, great bowl. Couldn't quite rock the shot bowl off, but nonetheless, a good bowl. So 45 ends all up. This is 3 rinks of 4s. This is for the Champion of State Pennant. So both of these teams have won their respective regions pennant competition, and this is their opportunity to play for a state title. On the mat now is Barry Roberts, who's using an Aero Evolve, a green and white, size 3.5. So both front end players using Aero Evolves for Lakes Entrance, and both front end players using Greenmaster Premier for South Bendigo. So joining me in commentary is the one and only Jimmy Whitehead.
Hey, Tone.
Morning, Jimmy.
Morning, afternoon, morning. Still morning.
Almost morning, but not quite.
Yeah, they did well in the quick turnaround. The players had to give them an extra 5 minutes. She dragging their heels, but
yeah, they did. Quick bit of lunch in between games 1 and 2. We've of course got game 3 to bring you later on this afternoon as well. So stick around with us. As we say, 2.5 hour time limit on these matches. We didn't have anybody really exceed the time limit by too much in round 1, Jimmy. They're halfway through their last end.
So Lakes coming off a loss of 1 shot in that first game. South Bendigo up by 10 over Warwick Nabil. South Bendigo would be the team to beat in this section, you would think.
Yep. Last year's runners-up. Very, very strong combination out of a very strong region.
Here's my good mate Tommy T-Bone Lester.
T-Bone, of course, is using Aero Optima, the blue and white, size 3.5. T-Bone was in the Melbourne team.
He was. He's going for his own personal back-to-back.
He is. Of course, the much better-looking brother of Barry Lester.
He's been harassing me to get him on the stream for ages.
Well, here he is today. He's in all his glory. He's got a battle of the thirds up against Scott Davidson, who's using a Henselite XG, sort of a black and yellowy sort of colour. There's a little bit of speckle of green and yellow in there, a size 3.
I'll tell you what I noticed. I was going to say this in the last stream and didn't get round to it. There's a lot of green in uniforms knocking about here. There's 4 or 5 sides with green uniforms.
It's funny, we had region sides and, 90% of the teams were in blue.
Yeah.
But now it seems to be green here as T-Bone follows this one down. Little edge.
Almost the T-Bone special there.
Almost. So we'll see what Scotty Davidson can do with his second bowl. So Gippsland, as you said, Jimmy, come off a narrow loss to Strzelecki in the Battle of the Regions.
Having said that, though, they were down all game and got back to force Newbreast, the Strzelecki representative team. They had to win the game back off them. They had to play a bowl to win it. So that they'll take comfort from that and sort of say they're on the up almost.
Yep, that is true. So on the mat now, the reigning Coach of the Year, Club Coach of the Year, Brad Holland, Dutchie as they'll call him, using a Henselite fusion, sort of a blue and yellow bowl, as he describes it.
Narrow bowl.
A narrow bowl, yep, size 4. He's the coach, of course, of South Bendigo, one of the coaches there, and does a terrific job.
We get Brad Lancaster.
Well, viewers will be familiar with having Brad on the stream in the mixed pairs state final only a week or 2 ago. And his mixed pairs partner Joe did very well to make it to a state final. Didn't quite get the chocolates that day, but got him back on the stream now. He's using a Henselite XG. We'll call it white, a little speckle in there, but
good effort by Brad.
And a size 4, can bowl, absolutely. Big man, big bowl, big occasion.
Dutchie's staying on the backhand. How'd he go? It's close. Sorry, we missed the camera there. He took the ball out clean. What a methodical delivery Brad Lancaster has.
Yeah, it's the same every time, isn't it, with those familiar backswings beforehand. So we'll see what the result is here.
He's under, but he might get it. Ooh.
Weight control's very good.
Reckons 4 does T-Bone.
T-Bone's called it as 4. It is. What a start for South Bendigo. And of course, Jimmy, that is exactly what we saw in the previous match. Ocean Grove got away to a big start with a 4 there. So
we've got to be careful of T-Bone, though. I'm going to tell a funny story about him. He played next door to me in the last Vic Open 2019. We were both at Melbourne at the time when he was playing at Melbourne, and he was in the section next door to me in the singles game. I knew before the start of the game, I said to him, "What have you got to do?" And he said, "I just got to score 14 and I'll qualify." So he goes, "What have you got to do?" And I said, "I got to win to 12 or below." So I won against a guy from Hong Kong, beat him to 11 to qualify from a section. T-Bone, I look over and he's 14 all. And he's looked out, he gives me the thumbs up because he sees that I've won. He's given me the thumbs up that he's qualified through as well. I was like, sweet. He then proceeds to just drive for the next couple of ends. So he loses 21-14. He comes off the green. His opponent's all happy. And I'm like, why is he happy? And he goes, I don't know. And the bloke's like, I've qualified. And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, I had to get 14. We went back and he'd done the maths wrong. He needed to get 18.
Oh, T-Bone.
So T-Bone got knocked out.
Oh dear. Good lesson in that for the youngsters. Always play your game out. So 3 rinks here in Champion Estate Pennant. The other matches, Julie Simpson, Jeff Bailey, Joe Martin. Joe Martin is Brad Lancaster's mixed pairs partner. And Kevin Brown, they're up against the South Bendigo rink of Gary Ryan, Dale Oddie, Darryl Rowley and Max Rowley. So father and son combination in the back end. That'll make that interesting. And the next rink over, Kevin Dowie, Darren Martin, Robert Rawlings and Brendan Addison for Lakes Entrance. They're up against the South Bendigo, Wayne Marwood, Ben Gould, Greg Sherman and Luke Hoskins. So strong rinks across this Bendigo or South Bendigo team. I favour Gippsland are going to be up against it, but you just never know.
Well, first fair lead bowls there.
Yep. Hard to argue with that one. Mike McKay.
Bo, he's in the second for South Bendigo here. He's a very nice guy. Met him at a Vic Open, funny enough, as well.
Troy McLean, just adjust your glasses there, Troy. A fine specimen is T-Bone. No, I'm only joking. He is a fine specimen, T-Bone. Always very happy to help. And we chat to the players before streaming, and we kind of ask the thirds to signal across to the bench as much as they can. You know, whether it's 1 shot up or 2 shots down or whatever it may be. Nothing's a problem with T-Bone. And, of course, we try to encourage players to stay out of the road of the camera. And that means quite often we give that duty to the thirds to just remind their front end every now and again to move out of the way. As I say, nothing is a problem for T-Bone. Always happy to help. So Trevor Zimmer, just a touch high. Yep, pretty good bowl there.
I'm sure someone will correct me on this from home, but I'm pretty sure Bendigo came from 3rd or 4th spot to win their region pennant.
I think you're right.
I had to do it the hard way. As did Melbourne,
As
though,
did Melbourne,
for metro area.
Came from 4th.
As did Warrnambool down their way. I'm pretty sure they came 4th as well.
Jacinta Murray says Melbourne misses T-Bone. Melbourne the team and Melbourne the city.
Of course, we've got Melbourne up on the live stream after this one, going against Tullygaroopna. Oh, ripper bowl
great
there.
bowl, Scott Davidson.
Barely smiled.
Yep, just like he does that all the time.
He didn't even get a clap from Brad either. It was an absolute bomb and no one give it anything.
He's a hard taskmaster, isn't he? I think Brad will only clap if it's sitting on top of it.
T-Bone playing with a bit of pace out. Sort of spooned it out a bit there. It's going under, I think.
Yeah.
It's tough. Comes behind the commentary booth, and Scott will get another go. He's going to come on the forehand now. I always struggle with them guys who do that, like Gary Kelly does this very similar. Puts the ball right up in front of his face.
Yeah, it's probably not.
I think he's just called himself an idiot.
His first bowl is brilliant. I hope he called himself a legend after the first one. Ah, you're a legend, mate. Ah, you're an idiot. Can be tough. So Lake's holding 5. Early days. Dutchy Holland still has 2 bowls to come. With weight.
He's closer.
Takes 1 out. Probably takes 2 out.
It's a bit of a... Brad will just try and get a third shot in here now. What he probably doesn't want to do is create a wider target than what it is. Sort of put a bowl.
Yep.
Forehand's possibly the better shot, which is what he's not going to do. He's going to go backhand. That's why I'm sitting here and not playing. So
I actually like your line of thinking. If you stay well wide of those front couple of bowls, really he's got almost a yard in between Jack and the best opposition bowl. So, and this is fine too. He just doesn't want to come in too close. And
that is
widen the
almost
target.
exactly where he didn't want to put that ball. In my head, that is exactly where he didn't want to put that ball. Because what that now does, I reckon they all go. The Jack will probably go as well, but he can get from the white, Dutch he can, down to the 2 on the Jack now.
It's in front as well.
Yeah.
So. More weight,
He's under.
ducking under. So a free hit here. Currently holding 4.
Yeah, it's a fair way to reply after dropping a 4.
You see this bowl from Dutch. He didn't miss by much, but nonetheless, it's missed. If anything, he wanted to miss the other side.
Same bowl required from Brad. Not going to take the free hit on this one.
No,
Pick
they'll
up
still
4.
take 4 though. That'll level it up. And Barry Lester has joined us in commentary. Well, he's putting text in there. I can say he's joined us, can't I? So Baz, who obviously played a bit of bowls down at Lakes Entrance. Great to see Lakes Entrance back in state pennant, runner up to Melbourne in 2003-04. So there you go. Lovely to have you here with us, Baz. I hear you had a pretty good time of it over in the UK on tour for the Australian team and notched up your 200th Australian representative match. So well done on that, mate. As we often say, you were far better when you were Victorian. Still, nonetheless,
I hope to see
one
you
of the best we've ever produced.
I hope to see you at the Vic Open in Gippsland next year, mate.
Yeah, we'd love to. I'm sure Baz would love to be there too. He's had quite a lot of success down there, the old Yallourn singles. Played at Moama Bowls Club. He's won that, I reckon, on 4 occasions from memory, including, I reckon, 2 or 3 in a row at one stage.
Yeah, I just bumped into Spencer Goss, who's one of the guys who runs that singles comp down there with Michael Holroyd. He's here supporting Newborough. We got up over lakes in the battle of the 2 Gibby regions earlier. So, I've just got some scores coming in from the other rinks. I'm just adding them in now.
Greg Sherman's still putting them down okay over there. I might have gone a bit light on Baz's number of Yallourn singles titles. As soon as I said it, I thought it's got to be more than 4.
6 in it, 8?
6, yeah, 6. A hell of a player. Nice guy too. One of the most passionate people about lawn bowls, and has I think, gets the bowl away the smoothest of just about anyone I've ever seen. Incredibly solid technique. Very good reason with his technique why he'd be very good in Northern Hemisphere bowls. He's got that lovely, smooth flowing pendulum motion. Doesn't need to push it up and provide that extra oomph in the Northern Hemisphere. So certainly be a very strong contender for representative honours in the Com Games in Birmingham later this year.
Close by Bo.
Yep, just missed.
We've got Barry Roberts, second here. Yeah, fair bowl as well here.
Yep.
setting up pretty nicely. They just want to tuck the jack, Lakes do. Bo missed by barely anything with his first.
Got the hacksaw going nicely. It's Barry Roberts. That's the DHB bowler's arm, commonly known as the hacksaw.
Yeah, Bo likes this. Bo likes this.
Yeah, you could hear him asking for clear road. He's well and
going
truly got
up.
that.
He's fired up.
Really taking Brad Holland's arm off with that high five. Goodness gracious.
I think he's embarrassed himself now. He's sitting down. He went a bit too far, I think.
Luke Hoskin from Arico was just going, what's going on here? Is that a match-winning bowl?
No, we're on N3.
On N3. Good to see him up and about.
I think this is why this is such a good event. Speaking to a few of the players then in the break, they're just here with their mates. These are the guys that they train with every week, play with every Saturday.
Yep.
Share a drink after a game with half of the year.
Darryl Rowley just bowled that bowl with his hand in his pocket. I wonder if he does that all the time, or he's just touched cold, maybe.
I hope he doesn't get warm because I don't have a T-shirt. Which is, yeah, T-Bone.
Good bowl from T-Bone.
Creates a target though. So Scott, if he can work off T-Bones and sort of screw back to the jack, he could kick it over to his bowls. Needs to play with good weight though. Bit wide.
Yep. Actually, it's
trying
hooking
its
in quite
hardest.
nicely, isn't it?
Wowee.
Halfway
a great
down,
bowl,
that
yeah.
looked wide as, but
Fair bit of turn out there. How do you feel about Bowls trousers, Tone? I can't play. I just can't. I can't play in them.
yeah, I was going to say they're not flattering.
At Melbourne, it's a fine if you wear
Is it?
trousers.
Regardless of the weather.
Correct.
I did see Matty Along wearing trousers one day.
Yeah,
They may have been rolled up like
He
shorts.
forgot his shorts, and we were on the stream, and I said, "You cannot wear none. You have to wear proper, approved uniform, because we're on the stream." And he had to go and fish out some trousers from upstairs. We don't know whose they were, from the locker room, and roll them up.
They looked a little small on him too. Yeah, all in good fun. Barry Lester just confirming he will come down and support the Vic Open in Gippsland. So a huge announcement only in the last week or so, and massive for the Gippsland region. Thank you very much to both Traill and Moama Bowls Clubs and Destination Gippsland and the City of Latrobe. Of course, the state government who make it all possible. Some big announcements for the Victorian Open in March next year.
It's just going to be so good. We've got extra days in the schedule now, so it's we can have a lot more entrants, a lot more. It's not playing games on top of each other. On the first few sectional days, we new initiatives coming in, new events coming into it as well.
Yep.
Prize money's obviously doubled.
Huge prize money for one event to be 100,000. That's not spread across multiple events. That's one event.
And given we've got a bit of time, I already was talking to the guys from Newborough earlier. We're going to head down that way the next few weeks, do a bit of an information session with clubs, try and get them up to speed and what's needed, and try and work out what they need as well, what support they need. And I know having the local council support is amazing, because if they are looking for some capital works, it's a good way of reaching out to that council to help them to do that.
Yep, just a little high from Dutchy.
That puts T-Bone's bowl in a very good spot though.
Does, if they can knock the jack back, goes straight there, doesn't it?
Roger watching from Jefferson Park in the US. Met some of the US bowlers who were over for the UBC. Fantastic blokes.
They were
real
good
blokes.
Tell you what, they could do a lot worse than come down to Australia in March for the Victorian Open.
Correct.
Promise you a heck of a good time, Rog.
Just needs to sneak past. Oh, he does.
Oh.
Oh, no. Doesn't go where. It's definitely a couple.
Yep.
Yep.
Confirmed by T-Bone, thank you. Chance to add a little bit of gravy here for Brad Holland. Needs to make these count.
It's the same bowl as his last, and he's fine. He's pretty cool.
Might be a bit heavy.
Yeah, he wants some of the jack. Yeah. He's going to make a number back there now. Oh, jeez. These boys are at it.
6.
He's made a 6.
That's why he was going that heavy.
Wow. What a start to this game. 4-4-6 off the bat. I couldn't even see. To be honest, I couldn't see. I was looking at the camera, not the live shot. I couldn't see the bowls at the back, and it's a huge pickup for South Bendigo there. Brad Holland collecting the jack.
Well, it was probably the bowl before that did the damage, though, wasn't it? Unfortunately. So Brad Lancaster's going to have to get that out of his mind now and move on to the next one.
He's another one, Brad. I've watched him play a few times. He likes to feel the frustration. It sort of helps him moderate it a bit. Yeah, we're currently 14 shots after 3 ends on this rink, so yet again we've picked the right one. Keep you updated with the scores going on in the other games. Next door we got Warwick Nabil against Yarrawonga Whaler.
Yep.
And the synthetic green behind, we got Newborough against Kahuna Golf. On the grass we got City of Frankston, who I'm not even going to mince my words here, fell into an absolute hole in their first game before. They were 18 shots up overall and managed to lose against City Memorial Warrnambool.
That's demoralising sort of thing, isn't it? I mean, I know it's only round 1, but makes it hard to get up for round 2.
And they've got to go straight into Tallygaroopna in this game, so it's going to be extremely tough.
Yep.
Melbourne are playing Warrnambool, City Memorial Warrnambool, which I just walked over past all the Warrnambool guys who we know real well from hosting state champs down there, and them just being generally good people. So, come on. Well done the first game. You can lose this one though, don't worry about that. No, we're out for revenge. Melbourne beat us last year. We're going for this one. So they're all good. And then right at the top of the grass greens, got Webb Kona against Ocean Grove.
That'll be a very interesting one. Matty Flapper played a lot of his bowls in Ballarat, so you'll know most of the players there.
Yeah, awesome.
Good to see a couple of rinks over here too, Jimmy. We've got Julie Simpson, Joanne Martin, both in the one rink.
Mm-hmm.
So a good bit of representation here from both genders. So Sarah Braidbrook earlier playing for Webb Kona, as we were just mentioning. She, of course, had some pretty good runs, represented Ballarat Highlands in region sides, and then was at State Champions Week as well. So
yeah, Brad pretty clear where he wants this one.
if you happen to be close by, come on down to Moama Bowls Club. It's a good crowd in here already, so good bit of atmosphere with this sort of bowls, this sort of event.
It's a very well supported event, this. There's always a good crowd. There's a good 50 odd people in front of the clubhouse, a good another 50, 60 up on the edge of the grass. It's Newborough as well, I mentioned it in the last stream. They've brought a stack of people.
Yep. South Bendigo is always going to draw a pretty good crowd too, just given it's an hour or so up the road. So
Travis, I live in Lakes and my brother plays for South Bendigo. I just think you pick the winner, mate. You back the winner. Sit on the fence until the last end.
Barry Roberts gets it away nice and smooth. Just to be a little high though. Weight wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you can see what Brad is calling T-bone on there, so should have just arrived through. Sort of bounces him away a bit. T-bone on this surface. It's pretty close here though. Yeah, good effort. Yep. In or around what Brad had called him on.
Vinnie McAway saying the engine room himself. Best second in lawn bowls. Referring to Beau Traill. He was certainly up and about early, Vinny. Scotty just need a little bit more speed there. Line was pretty good.
Yeah, open draw now for T-Bone.
That one was away relatively smooth, Jimmy. So.
It might have just been that last ball. Oh, Scott needs to adjust here. I just think it's. I think that delivery. There's a lot of room for error as it's coming down now. It's quick here.
Yeah, track wasn't too bad, but as you say, touch quick.
Room for the Brads to draw at this. Brad Holland and Brad Lancaster. I'm going to have to go and vote at some stage. Jesus. Should have done what you did. It's a reminder, don't forget to go and vote.
Yeah, for those playing at home, see which clown you think might be best.
Just put your headphones in and take us with you. I know a lot of people did that for state champs. They said they listened to the commentary on the drive up.
Yeah, I've been known to do that a few times when I've been forced to be in the car. You then have to picture things or have commentators that are going to describe it well enough, which may not be me. Apologies in advance, anyone driving.
Gets it the roundabout way, not the way he would have intended to have added a shot there. Brad's going to have to be pretty pinpoint with this. He grimaced.
He did.
Yeah, he's narrow, that's why.
Yep. Knew it as soon as he let it go.
Weight was pretty good as well, which is what will annoy him even more.
This one may hook back from there.
Yeah, good ball by Brad.
Yeah, two great bowls. First one just came off a winger.
Yeah, there's pressure on Brad Lancaster now. Fair bit of pressure.
Let's see what Brad Lancaster can do.
I think he's narrow again.
It is.
Yeah, he's looked up into the sky.
We'll need some fortune from there.
Three.
Isn't forthcoming.
3 or 4.
It's the two Brad Hollands bowls. There's the lead bowl, Trevor Zimmer.
3.
It is 3. Very clear fingers from T-Bone. Really stretched him apart. Appreciate that.
All right, they're taking some early control of this one. 13-4 after 4. As we continue at a ridiculous high scoring pace.
Big scores. See Bobby Carlson is our umpire now. Johnny Roberts we had earlier this morning. He skipped out to the grass greens out the back. And
let's get a suntan.
We've gone from one ITO to another. Very experienced umpires here at Champion Estate Pennant. Speaking of experienced umpires, I see Laureen Smith in the crowd. She'll be keeping an eye on some friends of hers from Yarrawonga Mulwala Golf Club and Resort. Claire Sanders is playing today, so
yeah,
Laureen and her often play together in teams events.
And one of their other partners in crime, Annie Miles, she's here as well.
Right, Haven't seen Annie yet. Oh, she's sitting over there with her.
Right,
Yep, I see, behind someone else. Yep. Yeah, very good bowler.
Current national fours champions.
Yep. Australian over 60s representative. State titles this time around as well. So, of course, Ovens and Murray ended up winning the whole Shield.
Yeah, they did.
Some very strong performances across all the state events.
They're currently up early against Warwick Nabil. Try and keep you updated with the overall scores of other games.
Trevor just struggling to find his weight a little bit for South Bendigo. Not a bad home for Mike.
Yeah, room for Bo. Just missing it on there as well.
A slightly loose end this way. See what Barry Roberts can do. Looks a bit tight. Weight was not too bad though. JT is going to make a guest appearance this weekend. Well, maybe not this weekend. Tuesday. Just his current rates, we could only afford one day of JT. Nice bowl there from Bo. I was joking about the rates, but JT will join us on Tuesday in commentary. We look forward to that. Fresh off his return from the UK tour. We're talking about Barry Lester being on the tour. JT was there as well.
Find out if he's made that Com Games team pretty soon.
Yeah, a fortunate result there for Barry Roberts. Was well under and came across his other bowl and ducks on in. Brad Lancaster's claiming shot.
Yeah. Andrew, the Ballarat Highlands side, were kind of had a tough first game. They went down to Melbourne, from metropolitan Melbourne. Yeah, all the scores are on the website or on the Bowls Now app.
Bit of a margin, I think, in the end.
Yeah, I'm trying to be as subtle as I can be with
Yep.
There's a pretty big margin in the end, mate. But they're against Ocean Grove now, so they'll be looking to turn that around. They're out on the grass. I'll do a wonder in about 5 minutes. Go and get some other scores and feed them through. T-bone. Looks like we've got some spam coming through on the stream, so don't be clicking on any links that people are putting in there. Trouble getting taken down. T-bone's going hard for this one. Real good effort. See Darryl Rowley run down the green, jump and twist in the air then. define his age. Oh, stood T-Bone's up there. He might have stood him up for shot as well. All having a good stare of it.
T-Bone just asking.
Yeah, a bit of gamesmanship there, I reckon.
Scotty to get out of the hit. Just
it's our head, mate.
all fair enough. Possession of the rink squarely with Bendigo, or South Bendigo, I should say.
This game feels like it's going a lot quicker than the game before. I don't know why. I could be completely wrong. Just feels it. They like this. He just wants to touch into them bowls, turn T-Bone
Rocks
over.
it over.
Guarantee it for the shots. Played some big bowls.
Bowling well.
Played some big bowls already. Arrive into the pack and try and disturb it, I reckon. And hope for a result.
I don't know if he's wide enough for that post, but tried to go a very long line of cannons there through 4 bowls.
I think he has to go big on his next.
Yep.
Dutchie will just... What he'll try and do here. It's tough for him to draw another in. He's going on the forehand this time. Nothing changing with Brad's ball then, so Brad Lancaster is going to need to fashion a result out of this. Probably wants to play with a bit more purpose. Feels like bigger backswings, meaning more weight. There is more weight on this one.
It's be a slightly better track too.
He likes it, Tone. He likes it.
Not sure it's going to dip down though. Just touch heavy for that line.
Well, just the one. So our run of high scores.
Yeah, one's a bit of a shock on this rink.
I might take a quick walk and get some other scores, Tone.
We see Brad Holland coming up. The mat's on the tee or thereabouts. On a nice short jack roll. Maybe a yard or two longer than we were requested, but still pretty good. Luke Hoskin is a nice fella. You are correct. I'm sure you would have had a good game against him at the Fortune Fours, Alan. So a nice opener from Trevor Zimmer. The second one is pretty good too. Just almost a touch. Very, very close. Two very nice lead bowls. Gets a little low 5 from Bo. Good weight there from Mike, but just missing the line slightly. And Bo just asking that one to get wider. No, the line was actually not terrible, just a touch short. Not a bad effort from Barry, just knocked over Trevor's bowl. No real change.
Some scores on the doors. Strzelecki lead Murray Malley. So that's Newborough over Kahuna Golf, 16-7. Tallygarutna lead City of Frankston, 13-5. Melbourne lead City Bowls Warrnambool, 12-6. Ballarat Highlands Webcona lead Ocean Grove, 10-8. Next door here we are. Can't see the overall.
I'm not sure they've got one going. There's somebody sitting right next to it.
Not doing it.
No.
Oh, it's John Fisher. Probably too much work. Oh, not John. Sorry,
Not
Roger.
John,
Yeah.
Roger.
Definitely too much. Yeah, Alan, you are right. Luke Hoskin is one of the nice guys in bowls. Runs the bowl shop in Bendigo, and can bowl. Very good bowler.
Yep, they just want another end. There's Luke Hoskin. So we'll keep that updated when they put the score on the board. We'll update ours. So Webcona up narrowly over Ocean Grove, so that'll be a good one if they can hold on there. Early days, obviously. Probably about a dozen ends in, I'd imagine.
Yeah, about the same as there.
3 rinks of 15 ends, so 45 ends in total constitutes a match. Pretty nice weather, not really much wind to speak of. Out there in the bit of sun, I reckon it'll be just about perfect.
What's Scotty done here? He almost wanted a slight feather off that blue as he came past it. Would have straightened him up nicely.
T-Bone's on the run.
Don't take a lot to get him trotting after a bowl.
Did he play in your rink at Melbourne? Is he a different rink?
No, different rink. He was he played 3 to Matty Lowell.
Okay.
And I played for Ben Fern last year. He left the year early. He was going to do one more year at Melbourne, but they ended up buying a house in Bendigo, him and his partner Louise, so he made the move up a year before he probably... Louise lived in out west, so he would travel down to Melbourne, spend the weekend at hers and play for Melbourne, but they ended up moving earlier than expected to Bendigo, so he switched his bowls back up there.
Yep.
Was at Bendigo East before, was a president at
correct.
Bendigo East as well.
Might have got engaged as well, didn't he? I think about
he did,
this time, about 12 months ago.
Louise is here as well. She's sitting up on the deck.
In the...
Grey.
Oh, yeah. He was talking to her earlier. That would make sense.
Detective tone.
Yep. I had to interrupt them because I had to just ask him what bowls he was using today. So. It's a very wide track.
Yeah, especially for his bowl.
He was using a Henselite Fusion.
You don't see him too much, the fusions.
No.
I think Gail Edwards is the only one I know. Oh no, she bowls with the Allmark Edge actually. Sorry.
Yeah, not much turning an Allmark Edge either.
It's to find his rhythm, Brad. Just missing on his shots.
This looks not a bad line though.
He's got a fair stalk after it. That's them coming in.
There's always the option. Just hit it a touch too far though.
T-bone signaling 3. So he's trying to be wide. Is Brad Holland. Doesn't want to knock that last bowl of Brad's in. He's trying to get to the... is that like a light green and white bowl?
Yeah, it's very wide again.
Yeah, it's starting to shape now though.
There you go.
That'll make 4, and Brad Lancaster under the pump again. Oh, no time. Be another boundary to South Bendigo here. Another 4, I think. Yep. Turning the screw.
Well, we saw in the previous match, Jimmy, Ocean Grove, well, I got the first end. Then it was all Tallygaroopna for 6 or 7 ends in a row, and then it was all Ocean Grove. So things could still turn around, but
That's true.
Our record of picking a close match each time does look in a little danger.
It's a bit of a blowout, this rink, so far.
So same direction here from Brad Holland. Asked for the mat back on the tee. A relatively short jack. Good Zim was the call.
Again, we spoke about it earlier. It's an art form, the jack roll.
Yep. That one maybe 2.5 foot longer than requested, so pretty good effort.
Yeah, Brad, it's I don't know. The game earlier went in clusters. See if this one goes back the other way. I think there's... Oh, that'll be me. Obviously, Brian Rowley hasn't played 46 ends. It'll just be 6 ends. can see on that shot there how busy it is here at Moama today. There's stacks of people, which is great.
Pretty good from Trevor Zimmer.
Yeah, good bowls.
Lovely weight.
Good lead bowling. It's the battle of the Brads, says Brad.
Definitely correct with that one, Brad. Move back to Bendigo this year as Brad. It's Golden Square. Golden Square, yeah. That'll be a good pickup for Golden Square. Of course, they've just hosted our State Disabilities Championships, Golden Square.
He's running a big fundraiser in September as well for breast cancer awareness, so tournament.
He is. Limited entries, so get on to details for that one quickly. That will fill up.
Good greens as well, though.
Yeah. Nice club. One of many strong clubs in Bendigo.
Yeah, it's an incredibly strong bowls area.
Yep. A lot of good quality bowlers, a lot of good quality clubs. No roof, though, which is a bit of a surprise for me. One of the strongest regions in the state, yet don't have a roof anywhere. They do, of course, have the luxury of some very good grass greens, but when we get some inclement weather, a roof would be handy. So Barry Roberts just helping up Mike McKay's bowl. Placing no doubt about who's got shot. The big news had just come through, Jimmy. JT is confirmed for Tuesday.
Oh, I swear, I might take the day off then. I might sit next to that Muppet all day.
Oh, it's going to be fun having the two of you in commentary that day.
I don't think we've commentated together for a very long time.
No, there's been good reason for that. The restraining order said you're not allowed to. So.
I'm literally going to go the opposite of every single thing he says all day. No matter, I don't care what it is. This blue bowl, no, that's not blue. It's not blue at all, JT.
Yep. No, it'll be good to have JT. He has a very, very good knowledge of the game. And to get him in commentary is always a luxury.
T-Bone going to have a little run at this. Yep.
Oh.
T-Bone gets it the third way possible, but knocks it back to one of the Lakes bowls.
Only two bowls in the rink that he didn't come in contact with there.
It's a T-Bone special, I'm calling that.
I will try and be patient with that, Bradley Marin, but I just am so surprised that an area like Bendigo doesn't have a roof. So fingers crossed that there are some options that come through out of the state and or federal elections, that something happens. Because of all the luxuries that Bendigo has, a roof isn't one of them. Every other region has one. Sorely missing.
Or he's getting one.
Of course, widely tipped to host the Commonwealth Games, Bendigo. In
yeah, it's funny. I was
26.
talking. Oh, can you hurry, please?
T-Bone just asking his bowl very politely, I might
Yeah,
add. Can you hurry, please? Let's see what Scotty can do here. I reckon he's primed for a good one.
He's strutting after it.
Oh, he didn't say please.
probably the first time in a while that Brad Holland's been down going to the mat.
I mean, it's not like it's a big number or anything, but it's just so he's generally been looking to add as opposed to take away. Not a bad effort too.
Oh, touchy. Very close.
Just a touch heavy. So the Henselite Victorian Open this year, as much as we talk about March, we're heading to Gippsland. We still do have one in the Goulburn Valley, which we're very much looking forward to in November of this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Jimmy, we look for entries to open to that in June, July or something,
Yeah,
is it?
just at the back end of June, I think we'll open entries for that.
Yep. So start to work on your pairings for the team's events. Accommodation, all those sort of things. Start to get your ducks in a row. It promised us to be a very big event. Of course, proudly supported by Henselite. Speaking of Henselite, Brad Holland on the mat with his Henselite Fusion Bowl.
Well, he was exceptionally close to the first, but Brad's put another bowl in the peripheral as it comes through. He's got to navigate a narrow window.
Getting narrower with each bowl that comes down. Brad Lancaster also wants to come down and have a look at this.
T-Bone is interesting. No, he's not going to get through that. Doesn't have the weight either. Well, Lakes should win this end, barring a catastrophe on Brad's last bowl. He's just trying to work out where there's more shots for them.
And there's no super danger if he comes up through his own. And then, of course, he's still got the green and white bowler, Barry Roberts, there. Just doesn't want to push through Beau Traill's aqua bowl if he happens to miss. Too heavy, but he'd be hard-pressed to give away shot.
Yeah.
Gonna find out one way or another. And that was probably exactly as it's called. No real danger.
I'll just be the one.
Bowl narrower, and it may have been a different story.
As we approach the halfway mark of this game, almost. 18-5 on this rink.
It's funny that little lull that comes across these matches at about this mark, isn't it? Sort of
strange.
a third to halfway through. And then it rips and roars near the end.
It's crazy, really, because it's a carbon copy of the atmosphere from this morning.
Yep. It looks to be 11 to 27 lead for Ovens and Murray over Wimmera, and a very similar 29 to 12 here, so that's a partial explanation for the slight lull in atmosphere.
Luke Hoskin goes big next door, smashes bowls everywhere.
Looks to be 13-10 in the match between
Strzelecki and Kahuna Golf, Newbury and Kahuna Golf. I can see Goulburn Murray lead. Tallygarupna from Goulburn Murray lead. City of Frankston 20 to 12. And I'll have a trot down further in a bit.
I'll go. I need some
Stretch your legs.
Yeah.
Exchange there. It's a pretty good bowl. By McKay. Trevor Zimmer with a, you can see it a bit more now though, and he's on the backhand. Plays a bomb. Ball by Trev. Oh, Barry trying to make contact with that bowler, Trevor's. He's not far away. Oh, ripper. Great bowl by Barry. Up and down for shot. But it's far better looking head now for Lakes. Bo trying to come almost inside out on it. To sit that last bowl, I think. But he's very quick with this one. Yeah, you're right, Dave. There's been some terrific lead bowling today. The game this morning, Ocean Grove, Taddy If you're looking how to improve your lead bowls and you want to see what good leads do, watch that game back. There was some sensational lead bowls. Oh, Barry, 2 superb bowls. Still can't get the shot. Bo's having a march after this one. It's close. Ooh, gets up and over Trevor's bowl. Sits the jack down for an exceptionally tight 3 balls around the jack. It's hard to see from the angle I'm at who's actually got shot. Well, you can see us in the commentary booth there on the side of the green. I can't quite see the back turquoise or aqua bowl and white one, if it's touching or not. Scott probably wanted that another 2 or 3 feet further up the green, just behind the head. Brad's calling T-bone, forehand, sort of arrive and make some disturbance, probably spill the jack to the side. Isn't going to happen with that bowler T-bones. Scott just under. Right, T-bone trying to change this head up, give him some more options with his skip to come behind him. Doesn't quite get back with that one. Don't quite know who's holding yet. I'm guessing by the type of shots that the 2 sides have played that Lakes probably have it. I'll try and get Brad's attention as he walks past and see. Give me an indication of who's holding shot. Brad Lancaster falling into the same trap Scott fell into. Brad was deep in thought as he walked past me, so I couldn't. Well, he's going to play a similar shot to what he called T-bone on. The forehand, trying to arrive inside out. He's got far narrower bowls than what T-bone does. Swooping though. Can he make any contact on the way through? Oh, just under. Couple of feet required from Brad here. He's going to go through and past. Almost all the way to the back. Is he closer? He feels wider. Oh, he's very close. Right, we'll finally find out who had shot. It was Lakes. Yeah, want it. The boys from Lakes Entrance. So 18-6 after 8 on this one. So at least they've stopped the big scores from South Bendigo, the guys from Lakes. So Mike will try and lead us off. They probably need to string a couple more ends together with more than ones in them. But they've certainly stemmed the bleeding that was happening. Brad applauding that one of Mark, said I'm happy with it behind me. Yeah, Zim's bowled well. The lead for South here. Drops another one on. Trevor Zimmer. Oh, Mike collects something here. Oh, I don't know how he doesn't collect it. Does everything but It ends up in a fantastic home, though.
Tell you what, Jimmy, it's very nice out the back in that sun, mate.
I looked up, I said you sitting down.
Well, it wasn't that. It was when I put my feet up and just sort of put my head back a little.
I'm on holiday, yeah?
Yeah, a little doze out there. No, I didn't, but
Trevor, superb.
I got quite interested in some bowls, and I'll tell you why. Strzelecki are leading Murray Melly 22-19 after 22 ends. Mornington Peninsula are narrowly down 17-20 after 22 ends. Melbourne, one shot in front of West Coast, 23-22. And Geelong, one shot behind Ballarat Highlands.
So they're all close.
They are all close out there. It's actually some really good matches. Saw Brian Sheehan play a very good bowl for West Coast. Absolute corker.
Cut that out.
Picked up quite a number.
Another one to Lakes last end here. So they're just chipping away. Oh, Bo, superb. That's a massive target. This is one of my favourite lines to use. You just put a blinking light right on top of that. It is flashing, saying, hit me, hit me. Oh, and he does hit. It's a pretty good result, actually. I've just got to fix up one of the scores in the rink next door, 8-4. 8-4 the way of Gippsland now, so picked up 5 shots in 2 ends, the Addison rink.
Narrows the margin on the overall board, Jimmy.
Yep, just plugs them back to within 10. Well, if it weren't for the score on this rink, it'd be a close affair.
That's what we find on the Ovens and Murray v Wimmera. They have one rink that's 13-1, 12-3. But
I'm not even going to straddle the argument of 3 and 4 rinks, but that's what happens in a three rink game. Is one goes down. I'll do it tonight, though. I'll get on the mark and say,
oh,
I'm joking.
That'll go well.
Yeah.
What can T-Bone do here?
Something's going to happen.
Yep.
Who was that? That's it, Bo.
Bo gets up and about, that's for sure. May have been slightly louder given it was his own bowl that got promoted.
I'm not a fan of that shot Brad's called there. I think the backhand's is the better option for him. I just think with that front bowl, which he's going to get close to running into, just stand up. I just think that sort of forces that type of shot. Like it's just way more percentage on the backhand.
Yep.
But again, there's a reason I'm sitting there and he's playing there, so I'm sure he thinks it's the right one. Brad's asking for cover out the back, which is why he's standing in front of the camera. He's got his footwear he wants T-Bone to bowl to. He wants some coverage behind. Because as you can see, there's 2 bowls of Lakes there.
It's their Leeds bowls, Mike McKay's dark blue ones with the white rings, Aero Evolve.
I seen Lee Schreiner give them a real big rap the other day. He said he's really rates the evolves.
Okay. Well, you'd have to respect his opinion, given what he can do with them. He's another one who was better when he was Victorian. And he's moved to Raymond Terrace. Hell of a pickup for Raymond Terrace, of course, but liked him slightly better when he was Victorian. An incredibly talented lawn bowler. Rarely loses a singles match ever.
No, he does not. Right, Brad, playing the shot that I thought was the more correct shot to be playing, and goes right on it. Oh, he gets incredibly stiff with the result there. He's not up. He's shaking his head.
You know what he's done there? I think he's actually quite intelligent. He's called his third to play a harder shot.
Yeah,
so he
made it easy for himself.
He looks like the better bowler and just saved the correct shot for himself.
You can see
brilliant skipping.
He's not happy. He's upset with that result. It's just yeah, he's got to.
Just very, very stiff.
He hit it perfect.
He looked over at us and just held his hands out as if to say, you know, what else can I do? Just seems to be one of those days, doesn't it? 18-6, you're already struggling on the scoreboard, let alone not having Lady Luck on your side.
Oh, he couldn't have played it any better, could he? And what time did we start this game? I'm trying to get my head around it all again now. 11:50.
Yep.
12:50. 1:50.
So about 20 past 2, we give a 10-minute... about 10 past 2, we give a 10-minute warning. The game should wrap up by 20 past. But to be everyone on roughly steady pace. 8 ends through on both this rink and the one rink over. So 25 ends on the green next door, so they're roughly similar. Main board here hasn't been updated in a little while. It's correct on our screen, of course, but here at the venue, the main board team manager's just having a little snooze on it, which may be a respect thing anyway, given the scoreline, although just as I say that...
Yeah, someone goes over.
Might be listening to a bit of the commentary. My apologies.
Right, what's Brad going to do here? He's having a fair look at it all. See how close the bowls are. It's a pretty tight head in the main.
Yep.
Right, you'll want to right the wrongs of that last bowl. Try and arrive and make some movement happen. If you can get that jack back a foot or so, he'll make a couple. The only issue he's got is a lot of them front bowls are Bendigo, South Bendigo bowls. That's someone else I'm not going to do this time. I introduced him as Bendigo East last year in the final. I'll make sure if they make it South Bendigo.
Yeah, the arch enemy.
It's
not too bad.
So what's going to happen?
Miss T-bone.
Yeah, it's... Oh, I don't know, you know. As he gets a thumbs up from his lead, Mike. I won't call it a thumbs up. He just sort of lifted his fist. But the jack's gone back to Mike's bowl. I reckon they've got shot there.
Yep. We'll have one. Of course, Brad Holland might have something to say about that.
Yeah, exactly. Brad said he makes up for that last bowl. He's too right. He was fuming with that result of his bowl before. This sport, hey?
I happened to have a rather sleepless night last night, Jimmy, and about 5 in the morning I was watching some snooker and some of the hard luck or good luck that's occurred there, and it straight away had parallels with bowls.
Yeah.
Edge one out of a pocket and it goes in a different pocket, and everyone just sort of has their hands in the air going, well, I didn't mean it, but I've got to take it.
It's pretty much how I play snooker, actually.
Yeah.
Just make sure I hit it hard enough that if I miss that pocket, it's got a chance of any other pocket.
That's it.
Yeah, Brad's not going to get back from there.
No, so no
One
change.
to Lakes.
Looks to be one to Lakes.
Oh, I think it's one.
Didn't see any. Yeah, Brad Holland just signalled one down. So
It's 3 ends in a row for the guys from Lakes, but need to increase the numbers. That
this
they're
is the
picking
thing,
up.
isn't it? They're picking up singles and dropping 4s and 6s and 3s. So.
And in good news, if you're a Bendigo, South Bendigo fan of Max Rowell, he's picked up a 2 or 3 even on his rinks. So it leads back out to 12 overall. Mark headbutting the jack as he goes past. Trevor's probably been the more consistent of the two leads, and he's going to land it. Yeah, he does.
Yep.
So he grabs a shot. Mark's going to headbutt Trevor's bowl with this one now.
It's like a Liverpool pub.
They do say your luck starts when you reach the head.
Yep. No one's short, so
Yeah, Trevor just throw. Oh, Barry wants to get there first now.
what's next on our streamed match, Jimmy?
Melbourne v Tallygaroopna.
Tallygaroopna.
Mark Ryan's rink against Ben Fern's rink. Let's see. Tallygaroopna are 28-19 up over City of Frankston. It's one scoreboard I can see from where we are. And yeah, the Ovens and Murray 39-14 up
Wow.
against Warwick Nabil. Fairly sure Warwick Nabil were here last year as well.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's quite a few returning teams actually. South Bendigo, Melbourne, City Memorial.
Warwick Nabil had a relatively good first round match. I know they got done by 10 shots, but South Bendigo, last year's runners-up, not a bad effort. So
Just not adjusting to the move to the synthetic.
no, Yarrawonga
Lost.
just lost, yeah, by 3 shots.
Right, Bo played a good one with his first. Just wants to replicate.
I want to see the reaction when he does play another good shot. He's given us quite a bit of entertainment today. No, there you go. Doesn't like it, that one, but we still got a bit of reaction. Well, it wasn't too bad. I mean, he's called it as he's halfway down the green. Oh, it's only halfway, I think.
It's got a bit further than halfway,
Yeah.
thankfully.
There's Gary Kelly on the mat.
Just touches the roof with the bowl before he sends it down the ground.
Of course, it's not Gary Kelly, but he does have a similar style action.
Needs to hold his head a little bit here, which he's going to do. And Scotty draws it clean.
Yep.
Ripper.
Can't argue with the result.
You can twist around on the spot if you bowl like that. It doesn't really matter. Oh, T-Bone needing to follow him. Needs to hook. Does go to a good home though. Brad Clapty, he kind of splits up a fair few of the Lakes bowls there. Might have done it again here, Scott.
It's a very good little repeater off his last one.
Oh, superb bowls. I think you might see some more weight from T-Bone now.
Yep.
He wants another one in there, Brad.
2 shots.
Lakes, of course, doing the double in this. They're also playing in the midweek pennant comp.
A very good effort.
T-Bone's pretty close. Oh, he's going up short, actually.
Just died a little bit in the last minute.
That'll probably force Brad to go quicker and underneath that. Brad and Holland, that is. Brad Lancaster can afford to try and draw around it, I think, and get a third shot in on the side. Bob, no, not too many fly-ins. Melbourne, of course, winning Premier League and Metropolitan with no fly-in marquee players. None of the others do either off the top of my head as I look around.
No, don't think so.
It's a proper Victorian affair. Brad not getting that to do what he wanted it to do. I'll be interested to see what sort of pace Brad Holland plays at this with. I imagine that last bowl of T-Bones is going to force him on a firmer shot. I think T-Bone also has the furthest back, I think.
Dizzy watching from Cyprus.
I'd be up at 6 in the morning if I was in Cyprus, but sitting on my balcony with a nice coffee.
Yeah. Could certainly be worse things to be doing.
Yeah, he's not gone as heavy as I thought he would. It's T-Bones. Don't think he cuts any out. Yeah, still got 2, says Scotty.
Max Rowley having a bit of a tough time over there. He hasn't been happy at all with his last 2 bowls as he kicks the air with that one.
I think Brad's got to play an aggressive bowl here. I think if he can get up and over Scott's that's on the jack and get the jack back a foot or 2, he'll make a number, which is what they need. Because that's Lake's bowl behind. He's narrow for what he's trying to do, though.
Does not want to hit T-Bones through.
Not the edge of T-Bones, which is what he gets. Oh, no.
It's just been one of those days, hasn't it? Hope he doesn't have a cat at home.
It's a long drive back to Lakes to go and kick it if he does.
True.
He might have calmed down by the time he gets back there. He's quietly seething to himself as he walks back past the booth. And he has given the shot away because Brad
not to take it.
When you're trying to chase shots, it's not what you need or want. One of Lake's entrance on the Brian Rowley rink.
They're all having a bit of a giggle too. They're all looking good spirits. Having a couple of jokes with each other.
That's what I like to see. I'll go and get some score updates.
See you in half an hour. Good start from Zimmers. He's been pretty good the last half a dozen ends or so. Not a bad effort from Mike too. Weight's pretty good. Just a touch shy and a touch narrow, but not a bad opener. Zimmer's got a wider track this time. Finishes right back on the centre line, just in behind. Nice bowl. Draw some applause from Brad Holland. Just needs to hurry. Brad Holland saying everything you've got now. A couple of feet short, not a bad effort. Roberts nestles in for shot. Knocks out the Zimmer bowl. Well played. Yeah, very similar weight to his last. Just puts his head in his hands. Blocks up both hands. Barry will have to try and negotiate that around that bowl of bow trails. Or under. Well pointed by T-Bone. Yep. Had the option of promoting that bow trail bowl or coming around. Unfortunately, just collected the edge, so won't necessarily get in there for shot, but quite possibly second. Scotty kicks the jack all the way back to Mike McKay's bowl. T-Bone has that look on his face like he doesn't like it. A touch narrow for what he wanted. And a touch shy. So no change. Still Lakes Entrance holding one. What can Scotty do? Well, it's always an option, either get around or promote the Trevor Zimmer Bowl. That's the second option. Close for shot if it's not.
Forgot to get the scores. No, really. Strzelecki are leading Murray Malley 31-21. Golden Murray 26-19 up against Mornington Peninsula. Melbourne Metro 29-24 up against Warrnambool. And Ballarat Webb Corona against Ocean Grove from Geelong are tied 24 apiece.
So still some interesting matches there.
Very close. I just saw your mate Brian, who you said played a bomb when you were up there.
Yep.
3 down and was short.
Oh dear.
Gonna remind him of that. Trying to get.
Yeah, unfortunately we missed all that, courtesy of Mike McKay just in the road of the camera. We do remind the players, but unfortunately they can get a little involved in the game and forget just at times.
Let's call him Brad down to have a look anyway. He's Mike or Scott. Mike's now moved. I'll go tell him to move other side.
There we go, we got the message through.
Trev helped us out.
Good to see from where you were, is it definitely 1 to Bendigo?
I didn't even look, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I think so. Front bowl or the back bowl? Back bowl?
I think the front bowl actually has shot, but it's probably relatively close. So.
The front bowl being Lakes, is it, yeah? No,
No, being Bendigo's. Trevor Zimmer's dark blue one.
So they're holding a couple then, because the back one's in as well, which is Brad's last bowl.
Yeah. What am I thinking?
It's been a long day already. Well, when he starts off with a fire alarm, it's only ever going to go one way, isn't he?
Yeah, not to mention 5 a.m. start.
Yeah.
So no change there. T-Bone pulls 2 out.
This is...
Pulls 3 out. And interestingly, doesn't put them close to each other. So
yeah,
I
just throws
hope
them
he's got a
anyway.
good memory.
See his tattoo on his leg from his premiership win at Melbourne.
Yep.
Everyone said they were going to get one. He got one first. No one else got one.
It is
4.
4. So the trend continues when South Bendigo pick up an end, it's a number. And when they drop one, it's a single. I won't say who the player was, Jimmy, but in state championships a couple of weeks ago, somebody measured and then went back to measure the same bowl because they'd sort of moved it out, counted that one, no problem. And went to measure it. And it would have been out of the count, so they were actually going to measure themselves out of a shot. But, anyway, their opponent was very gracious and said, no, you can have that one.
It's hilarious. There's a lot to do in this sport, isn't there? You got to mark a card, you got to get down and measure.
Yeah, it's just true. Rexy, they can be told, mate, and they are told. But
We
they
did
do
tell him.
forget about it every now and again.
We got to him eventually.
Yep. Gave him a little gentle reminder.
We've often spoken about a cattle prod or something like that, just to get out of the way. They soon learn then. They've actually been pretty good today. I haven't been too many dramas with it.
I think our first game we'd seen all those players at state championships or region sides or somewhere before where we'd stream, so didn't have too many dramas there. And this one, the boys from Lakes every now and again have got in the road. By and large, been pretty good.
Yeah, Barbie is. T-Bone is. Tommy is Barry's brother. He's corrected here, I think, Trev. Inside his own. Hey, hook and bowls. What's he bowling with again?
Trevor is bowling with a Greenmaster Premier, size 3.
And the Premiers are different year on year, I'm told. There's a set, I think 2014 or something, that certain people say are they're the ones. Right. They've got to be that version of that bowl. I think it's 2014. I'm sure someone out there will know. They're more truer than the rest. Where are they based, Greenmaster? I've actually...
Greenmaster used to be Paul Harper, was a distributor out here in Australia, so that'd be Scotland, I presume, but...
Bob's saying Robbie Allen from Gold Coast, he does have a cattle prod.
Yeah,
no way.
It's a good idea.
Top of that, I'll start throwing stuff.
Banned from use on racehorses these days, but I know back on the farm many years ago,
yeah.
We used to have the cattle prod.
Yeah, right.
Get them through the yards.
It's legal to use on bowlers who drift in front of cameras on a live stream.
Completely legal. Yeah, no problem at all. Encouraged, in fact. Righto, let's see what Barry Roberts can do. Using his Aero Evolve 3.5.
They're staring down the barrel a bit here, Lakes. They need something to happen for them.
Well,
it's a start.
It's 14 shots over all the main board. And this is obviously the rink that's doing it with a 16-shot margin.
I've picked another 2 up on the brown rink. Oh, there you go, Don.
Don Sherman, thank you very much.
I knew someone would do it.
Made in the Taylor's factory out of Scotland.
Bo just missing there, going under.
Good to have such a knowledgeable audience that are listening and watching, isn't it? We could pretty much ask anything.
Yeah, I know. It's like having a lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That's right.
Call a friend.
Yeah.
The best clip of that was the guy that called his dad as phone a friend on the $1 million question.
Yeah.
So I'm not calling you for help. I'm just calling you to tell you I'm about to win $1 million because I know the answer to this question.
That is audacity at its finest. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. Somebody pointed me to that clip many years ago and said, "Have a look at this." And I'm like, wow, that is a special individual that has the you-know-whats to be able to do that.
Right, we've lost T-Bone. Here he comes.
Back, just going for a quick comfort stop. Even if I 100% knew the answer, I still don't think I'd quite have the gall to do that.
Not on national TV.
No.
You'd never live that one down.
No. Reminds me of Red Simon's in a celebrity version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire once, when he thought he knew the answer, was quite confident and got it wrong. Lost about $250,000 for his charity.
Oh, jeez. Great bowl by, well, look, good result by T-Bone there.
Yeah.
He was sort of half playing for it, but he's...
Incredibly intelligent man, Red Simons, and was just motoring through the questions and...
Just tripped up on one.
Yep. And you could just see he just felt terrible, poor bugger.
I'd actually would have tipped you as a very good quiz person, Tone, but having been on some staff quizzes with you, you're not that good.
Sometimes you got to just lay down on a staff quiz and let Jeff think he's intelligent or something. Bit nervous when I could smell smoke, given we've had a fire alarm.
Don't stop.
Oh, T-Bone just turned away on that one entirely. As soon as it came out of the hand.
Yeah, you can see why.
Turned away and did not want to watch it.
It happens.
Perhaps a little distracted, ran off, had to quickly run and get a comfort stop, and then came back and somebody was talking to him, so... Yeah, spot on, Barber. He does act the fool, but he's incredibly clever.
How'd he go here, Scott? Got to get a week.
Or two. No real change. One in, one out. T-Bone just come past and said, "You like that hot potato?" Yeah. He's got a good sense of humour, T-Bone.
He
He
loves
would have
it.
been a good club mate, I'd imagine, Jimmy.
Oh, he's brilliant, actually. Absolutely brilliant. He's still in all the group chats as well, so he's still very close with everyone at Melbourne. And if it is a South Bendigo Melbourne final, he'll be right in the middle.
Yeah. The Melbourne boys didn't seem too up and about when I went out there earlier. I might go out and grab some more scores soon, but they seem to be quite subdued. Obviously a little concern with West Coast City Memorial from Warrnambool being very close to them.
Right, Brad can see what he's got to do here. It's executing it. Well, he's okay, you know. We can clear these front bowls. Oh, close. Gives a raw look over to us again as well.
You're a very good player, Brad Lancaster. You'll be disappointed with this. City v Country last weekend. The weekend before, he was playing very well at State Champions Week. Would have wanted to put on a good showing here, but unfortunately today just does not seem to be the day for their rink. They probably haven't played as well as what they'd like, and they haven't had any luck, and just hasn't been their day.
Big pickup for Lakes on the far rink. I think that was a 5, but I'll wait and see what happens to score. Brad's close here as well.
This. Oh, I don't know whether it's... Did he kick it far enough is the question.
I think he has, but I think the front bowl now counts. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Try and see what Lakes picked up on the far rink, because there was a load of noise got from their supporters.
T-Bone measuring again.
He thinks it's 2, and yeah, he's conceded the 2. So a couple more to South Bendigo on this one. A few ends to go. There's definitely picked a number up on the far rink. It just hasn't got on the scoreboard yet, so I don't know how much Gippsland picked up in that brown roller. They picked up another couple on the Hoskin rink just now. That one I did see, so I can add.
And there's close games out the back, Jimmy. I'll go and grab those scores.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. So Gippsland representatives Lakes entrance with a bit of work to do. 14 down on the overall now. Oh, Luke Hoskins picked a 2 2s up. Probably Trevor's loosest bowl, that first one. He's been pretty consistent all day. So it gives Mark a chance to jump on. Trev's going to get tackled by his own. Definitely his worst end, but that's okay. You're allowed one. Oh, loads of room for Bo. It's pretty close without absolutely nailing it. Try and see some scores on the other games. Looks like the Yarrawonga Mulwala crew from Ovens and Murray are a fair way up on Warwick Nabil. At 52-20 I can see on the main scoreboard there. About 8 ends to go overall, so it looks like they're in for the win. As Baz grabs the shot for Lakes here. It was a 5 over on the brown rink. Bo. Oh, doesn't quite get all of the jack. T-Bone's close. Ah, beautiful ball by T-Bone. Gives himself a big fist pump as well. Yeah, Scott's going to need to try and replace that. Scott inside, he's good at that. Oh, ripper. The ball by Scott. T-Bone's going to want to follow that down. Follow that. Hey Rex, I'm unsure who the Westport Dolphins are, mate. I know there's some other games happening in other states today, so I don't know if you're referring to one of them, but we don't have a Westport. There you are, T-Bone. Might have grabbed shot. Yeah, Brad reckons he's got the shot. So flip Scott on the forehand to try and draw another. Which he goes fairly close to doing if he can just get a bit of finish. Good effort by Scott. Oh, Brad might have backdoored that. He might have grabbed the shot. Not the way he was intending to do it. Some scores for us, Tone.
It's close out back, Jimmy. I don't know whether there might be a little bit of tension out in the air out there. So I'll give you the one you'd be most interested in. Melbourne 36, West Coast 32.
Cool.
After 34 ends, so 4 shots in it. Strzelecki trailing by 1, 33. They're trailing Murray Melly 34 after 38 ends.
That's a turnaround.
Yep. Mornington Peninsula 24, Traill Goulburn Murray 31 after 37 ends. And Geelong got their nose in front now, 36 over Ballarat Highlands 30. So there's some good close matches out there.
Tussles. Yeah. Bradshaw, I think it's 1 to South Bendigo here. They're going to measure. It's pretty close.
Not the normal buzz of the D's out there. Normally they're quite vocal. So Matty LL's ring was up comfortably, and the other two in a little bit of trouble. So
Yeah, won their legs. Maybe I'll go out there and fire them up in a sec. I might go and do a whip round of the side managers because we know I need them moving quickly for the second game.
yeah, this is true.
So I'm going to go and have a quick chat. I'll be back in
Is
5.
there a little WhatsApp group or something for them?
So,
don't you?
actually, it's probably not a bad chat. Although, I'm already getting them to do bowls link. I don't want to stretch their friendship.
Yeah, so this particular match, it's 2.5 hour time limit like they all are. And in between rounds 2 and 3, there's really not a lot of time. So that's why Jimmy's just going to go and quickly round up some of the team managers just so they're aware of that. They're going to have to move from the greens or rinks they're on. Given here at Moama we have 2 grass and 2 synthetic. So if you're on the synthetic now, you're playing on the grass in the next round and vice versa. So it will be a quick move. All part of the fun. Zimmer just kicks the jack back to his other bowl. Let's see if we can bring up an old replay here of whether or not the bowl contacted the jack. Chris Love, Webb Kona is down by 6 overall, 36-30. So here's the replay. We see this bowl coming in. Gee, I don't know. It's been marked as a toucher, but if it was the lightest of feathers that didn't actually move the jacks. May or may not have any bearing on the outcome of this end, but time will tell. Yeah, so Chris Love, 36-30. Geelong just leading over Ballarat. They're having a nice close tussle. It's been close all day. So the score we had before that was 19-20. So they played 38 of their 45 ends. We'll keep you updated with those. Some good close matches happening out on the grass greens. There's a killed end over in the Max Rowley rink. Back to the action here. Scotty Davidson with his very familiar delivery on the forehand. Doesn't want to promote the dark blue bowl of Trevor Zimmer. Didn't rock it hard enough either way, so no change. Favour Bendigo holding 3, but South Bendigo, I should say. Still plenty left. Bo just calling for T-Bone's bowl to stop. Not quite. One goes in the bath for a wash. Scotty looking a little more purpose this time. There we go, confirmed from Brad Holland. South Bendigo holding 3 currently. T-Bone changing hands now. Brad Holland just pointing with his feet as to where he wants it. It's a very good effort. A reminder, our round 3 match will be Melbourne, representing the Metropolitan region, up against Telegroupner, representing Goulburn Murray. That match will start probably 15-20 minutes after this one, so just a break enough for teams to move from one green to the next. So Brad Lancaster lining up on his backhand. A bad line. great effort. Just a touch heavy, so won't change too much of what's currently looks like a 2 or 3 shot holding to South Bendigo. T-Bone's bowl must be very close in for fourth.
Some close games at the back. I'll tell you what's not close though. Melbourne pulling away.
Have they?
13
Okay.
shots up now.
Oh, there you go.
Ocean Grove are 3 up over Webb Connor with about 4 ends to go. Strzelecki 3 behind Kahuna Golf with about 3 ends to go. We've got a very quick turnaround between these next games. Like 10 minutes, which is what I was just tapping everyone on the shoulder for.
Yep. And only about 8 minutes away from ringing the, or giving the 10-minute warning, I should say, before we ring the bell at about 20 past 2. So we'll be action stations.
I've still got to do the rinks for tomorrow, vote. I don't even know what's going on now. Have a shower. Comb my beard.
It was a half an hour right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were giving it a trim before you came up.
Yeah, I did. Took a fair bit off, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was doing me, I did. Right. Is that Luke Hoskin? Oh, it's close. The rink next door.
Darryl Rowley delivering with his hand in his pocket again.
It's a strange way of doing things.
I've never noticed him do it previously, so I don't know whether it's a new thing or maybe he's been doing it for years for all I know. Generally we see Darryl Rowley marking. So.
Yeah.
Brad Holland saying good end, guys, well done. So we'll just see if this is 3 or 4.
4. That'll be game for me, I reckon.
Yep.
Can't see Lakes overturning this one now.
No. No, this is a 29-8 margin on this rink alone. And
It's where all the damage has been done, though. They're pretty close. They'd be up if they had held this rink.
yep. So this is the last end for this one. You see the Luke Hoskin Brendan Addison rink 1 rink over is a little bit behind the other 2 rinks, both on 14 ends. They're on 12, so Luke Hoskin going with big weight again. Shakes his head. Big drive with no result. Trevor Zimmer continues to bowl well towards the second half of this match.
He's been pretty consistent.
Colleen just asking any scores for West Coast. The last score that I had
It's about
was 36-32, and I think you said Melbourne had picked up a few.
It was about 13. Melbourne were up over Warrnambool.
It's been very close the whole match. Melbourne perhaps just started to pull away near the end.
To see them next against Taligaroopna.
Yep.
We pretty much not far as straight after this, about 10-minute break, straight into it.
Pretty similar stage of the match to Colleen, so they've probably got a matter of 4 or 5 ends to play. So pending what happens on the Max Rowley rink, there looks to be one bowl to come there and then that one's all done. Which is of course Max Rowley for South Bendigo up against Kevin Brown for Lakes Entrance. This is the final end on this rink and one rink over on their second last end. So.
I think it's their final end as well, actually. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay.
I just updated the scoreboard.
So they shake hands over in the Max Rowley Kevin Brown rink.
1 to Kevin Brown.
Yep, so that's a 19-12 victory, which they'll be very pleased with. A handy scalp.
I'm going to go get ready for this 10-minute warning.
Yes. Nice bowl there from Darren Martin in the Lakes Entrance rink, one rink over too. They're up 13-9. They'll be looking forward to picking up this last end. I know that's not going to change the overall result, but 2 rink wins is a pretty good effort against last year's runner-up and obviously a very highly fancied South Bendigo team. Speaking of very good effort, great effort here from T-Bone. South Bendigo holding 2 here. Scotty trying to, as Brad Lancaster has called, trying to sit the dark blue bowl, the shot bowl. It's a pretty good effort. He may not sit that bowl, but he might just draw it stone cold. Little nudge on the jack and then falls over next to it. That is the shot. See on the replay here, comes in nice and gentle. Jack over and then falls over right next to it. Well played. T-Bone asking it to hang. Oh, just takes a slight edge off the front aqua bowl of Bo Traills. It was looking very good up until that point. So Scotty Davidson with what will likely be his final bowl of the match, barring a dead end.
This is your 10-minute warning. 10 minutes to complete the game.
So no change there. Still Lakes Entrance holding 1. Looks to be a pretty good track from Brad Holland. Needs to negotiate that front bowl. He's fallen victim to the same one that T-Bone Lester did, but he has moved it out of the way to clear it for his second and final shot. Not quite enough juice there from Brad Lancaster. This one looks a little too high. They do whip back late though, these bowls, so yeah, just through the gate unfortunately. Good effort nonetheless. He's played pretty well today, Brad Holland. He's had a good strong team in front of him. So Brad Lancaster looking to add one with his last bowl. They currently hold one, Lakes Entrance. Just somebody in the road of the camera right at the wrong time, Barry Roberts. But players will shake hands. That'll be one to Lakes Entrance, which will be the final end of this streamed match. We will continue to stick around just to see the last 4 bowls, barring a replayed end on this second rink over. So we'll show you some camera shots. We are one rink over where we would normally be. Just adjust this camera now. We can see the bowl coming down. Just that of Brendan Addison. Jack is off centre, but relatively close to the pit anyway, so it's difficult to see it being killed. And given the margin is such that there's probably no real benefit in it. Currently a 41 to 50 lead to South Bendigo. Fiona Doody, next match. What are we now? 2:20, 2:30. I'm going to say it was supposed to be 2:30, but it might be 5 or 10 minutes late. So if I said 2:40, 2:35, 2:40 or thereabouts. So we're about 5 to 10 minutes behind schedule. So Luke Hoskin puts in his second last bowl. Just coming into picture now. Oh, well, I don't think that was the way he planned it. Come off a bit of front short stuff and touches the jack through. So just a reminder, this is the rink one over from where we were streaming. So we've seen a relatively comprehensive victory to Brad Holland and his rink from South Bendigo over Brad Lancaster, the Battle of the Brads, which has locked up a comfortable victory for South Bendigo over Lakes Entrance. 2 rinks to 1, barring a large number here to South Bendigo, but looks like it'll be 2 rinks to 1 to Lakes Entrance, but unfortunately just not enough to get there. As we see Brendan Addison by Traill walking past and goes, oh, he's human, as he finally missed one. He's had a very good day, Brendan Addison. So Luke Hoskin still has 1 bowl to come here. We'll wait and see the result of this before we wrap up this stream in this round 2 match of the Bowls Victoria Champion Estate Pennant. There we go. So Luke Hoskin saying, I'll play the shot because it's for the win. So they must be aiming to get a decent enough number to convert a 9-13 deficit into a victory somehow. So without following this game the whole way, we're a little bit not sure of which bowls are which. He is stalking it down the green though. He takes out the opposition bowl. Crowd goes cocoa bananas. We'll have to wait and see just how many this is. Look like 4. 4, so there you go. So 4 shots will make that a 13-all scoreline. So we'll add those on and tidy up for this particular match that completes the match from Lakes Entrance coming out of Gippsland up against South Bendigo, representing the Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields region. It's a margin in the end of 13 shots, 54-41. Victory to Brad Holland over Brad Lancaster in the stream match. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back in around about 15-20 minutes time for the match between Melbourne Bowling Club representing Metropolitan Melbourne, and Telegarupna representing Goulburn Murray. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage. See you soon.